Hey, hello, welcome. So in this video, I am going to show you how you can read a file from SFTP server and without even knowing that what is the structure of the file. So let me show you the same in integration. So here if you will see, I have to create one integration which will read the file from SFTP server. So in previous video, I have already explained how you can configure SFTP server and how you can create connection to connect with the SFTP server. So right now you can see this is my SFTP server and this is my source directory ep_inv. Here I have to place the file. So this is my CSV file. I will place this file here. The same file I will read in OIC and I will share same the attachment as an attachment over email. Okay, so here you can see this is the file structure. This is the CSV file I have placed over SFTP. I will read the CSV file and I will share the same data over email using the notification in OIC. But remember, in previous video, I have explained you how to read a data file from SFTP server using the file structure. While reading, we have provided the file structure, but right now this time we will not provide. So how we will go for that? Let's continue. So first we have to create the integration. So I will create one integration. So XX read a data file. Okay. Now I will select as a schedule. So XX read a file from SFTP 02 as 01 I have created earlier, right? So just click on this create. And now here you can see once we created the any schedule integration, by default we receive two endpoint, the two schedule endpoint and the end endpoint. So whatever activity we have to perform the activity between these two endpoint, right? So first what we have to do, we have to add the FTP endpoint so that we can get the data. So while adding, we have to provide the file name, we have to provide the file directories. For that, I will create one variable. In that variable, I will store all the values so that in mapping, I don't require to provide the value there. Okay. So here, let me add assign default var assign. Okay. Give me the name of this endpoint. And now here, I have to create the variable. So I will create the variable as suppose var underscore data file directory. Okay, and here I have to provide the directory name, data directory, from where we have to read the file. So this is my SFTP server. I have to read the file from here, so I will copy this path. Okay, and yes, I will provide the path here. So now validate and close. Now I have to create another variable which will store the file name. So var underscore data file name, and what will be the name? I will get the name from the server, whatever file I have uploaded. Okay, so in single quotes we have to provide the file name. That's fine. And now done, we have to validate and close. So I have created two variables. That variable store the directory and the file name. Now it's time to add the endpoint for the reading the data from SFTP server. So here we have one connection FTP. I will drag this connection here and I will provide the endpoint to the name. So I will give the name read FTP, as I'm going to read the data from there. And now next, here I have to select the operation. So I will select read operation because I am going to read the file from server. And here in the input file directory and file name, I will not provide any value here. I will provide all the value from the mapping only. Okay, so just click on next. So here in previous video, I have given the value as yes so that I can provide the file structure. But right now I don't want to provide the file structure. So I will just click on no and just next and done. So now our integration is ready to get the file, but before that I have to map the value for that from where I need to map. So just click on this mapper of the read FTP endpoint here. Once you will click on that edit mapper, here you will get the two endpoint value. Read file request here, file name and the directory. So I have created the variable for providing the file name. So this is the var data file directory. Here in this variable I have added the file name. I have inserted the file names directory. So I will map this to this directory and this data file name with that file name. Now validate and done. So our mapping is completed, and now once this integration will be executed, it will read the data from the SFTP server, whatever value we have provided in the mapping based on that. So now this read FTP will return back a response of the file reference. In previous video, when we provide the file structure, it return back the file data, right? It return back the read the data and it open the data for use. But right now it will create the file reference of the file, whatever file we receive from the SFTP. So now we have to provide the same file over email. So as we know earlier that in notification we require file reference only. So here in the response of read FTP we have file reference. So I will provide the same file reference to the notification. So I have add notification, send email notification. I will provide the name. Here I have to provide the from where it will trigger. So no reply at oracle.com. This ID can be changed based on your configuration of the OIC. So you can connect with your DBA team. They will guide you. So here this is the email for which I have to send the file over email. And now subject. So let me add the subject as AP invoice data file from server. And without only, that's fine. Just close. And now I have to give the value. So hi team, please find attached data file which we received from SFTP server. And here you can also provide the instance name, integration name, instance ID, everything. For that you have to create one parameter variable. So let me create one parameter variable for the integration name only, right? So here in body, right, in email body you can only use variable as a parameter variable only. You cannot use integration variable here. That's why first we will create parameter variable. In parameter variable we will add the value. So I will provide p underscore integration name, and here I have to provide the value. So here you are like, if you are working in integration, you already know that from where you can get the integration name. So in self metadata in the integration you can directly get the name of that integration. Close. So now I have mapped the integration name in this here. Like let me provide the instance ID also, right? Instance ID means that the runtime ID of the integration. Instance ID. And here, so instance ID you will get from self inside runtime, and here you will get the instance ID. So now I have two variables which have stored that integration name and instance ID, and I have to provide the same in message, email message. So I will provide here integration name, and inside this bracket I will use this variable name. Okay, so that at runtime it will replace this variable with the value integration ID, p integration ID. Okay, sorry. Now it's done. OICT. Okay, now we have to attach the file reference, right? So click on this attachment icon, plus icon, and here you can see in the read file we have file reference, response. If you will see, we have ICS file. Earlier when we provided the file structure, in file response we have the data set and the data, right? So now in ICS file you will get the file reference. So here this file reference I will map here, right? Validate and close. Validate. Even you can provide the file name also. So here let me create one more variable, p underscore file name. Okay, and from where I can get the file name? Same, in a read file, read ATP response, here FTP response header we have file name, right? So whenever you will get issue like that, it's blinking here and not showing anything, just you can close these things and again you can do the same. So read response, ICS file response, open. Yes, you can see this is the file name. You can map here. Validate, close, and here I will provide the message, one more message, file name, and here is my parameter variable file name. Now it's done. Just validate close, and we have to remove this error by providing the tracing variable. So in a start time, I will just provide the variable tracing variable as a start date time. Just save. Error is resolved now. Click on save, close, and done. You have to just activate your integration. Enable tracing payload so that you can check the log messages and payload values. And now done. You have to just wait for the activation. So now our integration 0 to integration is activated. Just click on submit now. Submit. So here we generated one instance ID at 120000403. Just click here and just wait to complete this integration. So just let me refresh. It's in progress status, and in few seconds it will be in the success status or error status. So once integration in success status, it means that the integration is completed fine. Even you can, by clicking on this eye icon, you can check the log messages. So here if you will see, we have used the default assign variable. Here we created two variable and we provided the value. So you can see that where data file directory, this variable store the value, whatever value we provided in the mapping, and the where data file name, in the data file name we provided the file name. Okay, and next you can see here we have message received from invoke read API. So read FTP we have called while reading this value data from using the FTP connection, we provided the value in mapping. So here you can see that message sent to read API. Once you will click, you will get this two value, file name and directory we provided from the mapping only. Here you can see, right? So now it's done, and what value it's received, we received from the read SFTP. You can see, once click on the message, you can see the file name we received, file directory, and the file reference, the major point, file reference we receive, right? This is the file reference which we share over the email with the help of notifications. So here you can see that in file reference, in last you can see etjzs. While sending the attachment, you can see the same, right? Here we have sent the attachment. In attachment we provided the reference, but it's considered as a file name. Here you can see that. And here this is the value we mentioned in the email body, right? Hi team, please attach the file we received from SFTP server, file name. This is the file name. So that variable replaced runtime with the value. So let me show you the email. So here you can see that in my email, no reply, AP invoices, data file from server, I got all the details. Hi team, please find attached data from data file which we received from SFTP server, file name this one, integration name this one, integration ID this one, and the data file which we received from the server, same data file. You can see invoice ID, number, data file, and you can compare with this data file. So this is the complete integration which will help you to read the data from SFTP server. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any other queries, you can comment below and you can ask, or you can join our Telegram or WhatsApp group. I have provided the link in the description. Thank you so much for watching.